Welcome to Archetypal Atrocities, the show where we play bottom-of-the-barrel Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetypes. Each week, Jules and myself will spin a wheel to determine what archetype we'll be playing for that week. In addition, we will open 3 specially curated packs and pick a card from each of those packs to use in the deck for that week. We are allowed to play staples, but only if they support the archetype we get, and we can only play 1 copy of them in our decks. The winner of each week will get an extra pack they open for the next episode, while the loser will get to spin a loser wheel with multiple results on it, such as choosing your opponent's deck or moving an archetype from your wheel. The loser will also be able to play 2 copies of a staple as opposed to just 1. Now that that's out of the way, let's dig into some trash.
Yeah, last week was pretty bad, but it was hieratic, so I honestly thought it would go way worse, so I can't complain too much. Hopefully the loser wheel does kind of give us something nice. I'd like them to pick a good deck for once. That would be cool. I'll splash an out-of-archetype card. That's pretty decent too, I suppose. Alright, and let's see just what the damage is this week. There are some okay decks left. There are some not-some-okay decks, so we'll see. Oh no! I just edited Joseph playing these guys. They're terrible. Although they are like a modern terrible deck. So while they don't do a ton, maybe if Johnny gets Vylon or Malefic, we could actually probably get this. I just had a horrible gut feeling about S-Force because I was just editing gameplay of this week and they are so bad. But hey, they're probably better than at least, I don't know, Time Lord? Oh god, if it's a Time Lord match this week and I lose, it's the worst thing on the planet at this point. Ugh.
And here we are in the winner circle. Feels good to be in here yet again. We're on a bit of a win streak. Let's see if this week we will continue that streak. We'll see what happens. What we'll play this week, who knows? Jules didn't get to pick our archetype, and it looks like the wheel will pick us a Assault Mode. Oh, Lord.
And let's see what our packs give us. Well, hey, Nightmare Phoenix. I know this deck already likes Link Summoning, so that's probably just going to be it. Just to have, other links to, play and use. Econ, Left Arm. I mean, Smashing Ground's unironically pretty decent to have 2 copies of, so we might still consider it, but it's probably the Phoenix. Pack 2... Decode Talker. Okay, that's something. Maybe we won't need the Phoenix as much then if we have a different Link monster here, because I like the cards in this pack a lot less. So we're probably going to go with taking the Smashing Ground from pack 1 and then the Decode Talker in pack 2. Pack 3. Well... yeah. Sure, I'll take 2 soul charges any day of the week, no matter what deck I'm playing.
Alright, so here we are on our pack opening. Let's see what we're getting. Cyberjar is always a treat. Fairy Box 2, never a bad thing, but realistically, we're probably going to take the Cyberjar because this card's just too fun to not play. Alright, on to pack number 3. Ring of Destruction's good removal and good burn. Forbidden Chalice, potentially good. Terraforming, not really. Night Assailant's kind of funny, so is Dice Foon, but realistically, probably Ring of Destruction is what we go here. And then for our last and final bonus pack, since we won another Cyberjar, we can actually play 2 Cyberjar, that's pretty funny. Moth's also not bad, but the rest of it's not the greatest, so we maybe take this Cyberjar and play the Fairy Box from the other pack. We'll see what we do.
So yeah, this list is being helped by the fact that S-Force are very convenient lore characters. S-Force as a deck is not very good by modern standards, but in the lore, they happen to be the rivals of some other characters. For example, if we look at the card S-Force Showdown, well hey, that's Time Thief Redoer. If we look at, for example, S-Force Chase, well, what do you know? That's IP Masquerena. The S-Force are some terrible cops who suck at their jobs, but because of that, we get to run a couple of technically in-archetype cards that the deck might get some use out of. We also get access to 3 copies of Small World because look at that. That's S-Force Justify. Small World is an S-Force card. That's right. It's the same guy. That's him. This is an S-Force card. I get to run 3 copies of it. You can't stop me. I decided to not take the Nightmare Phoenix or the Stomping Ground because actually I realized Terraforming is in that pack, and Terraforming searches Bridgehead, which searches Chiyomaru, and Chiyomaru is kind of the only way this deck functions. Like, without Chiyomaru, I can't really do anything. With Chiyomaru, I can probably at least make, like, Justify or something and hopefully go to town. I'm feeling pretty okay about this deck. Like, S-Force is bad by modern standards, whereas a lot of decks on the list are just bad by even old standards. So there's plenty of decks that I probably will mop the floor with, but if Johnny's on a more competent deck, I might be in trouble. Because my deck is kind of just hoping to leverage its few powerful things and hopefully be paired up against a deck that does not even know what Link monsters are. That's the real plan.
Alright, so here is the deck list. I don't think there's a week I've ever felt less confident. I was more confident in Watts. So Assault Mold's gimmick is pretty much using Assault Mold Activate to turn Synchro monsters into just effect monsters. So you have to play a bunch of garnets you barely ever want to draw. And you kind of have to make tuners. Pretty much the entire meat and glue of this deck is Cyreflector. Without it, this deck's pretty much unplayable. Normal special summon, you can add Assault Mode Activate or a card to list it. And you can reveal Assault Mode Activate to special summon a card in your graveyard that specifically lists it. And then special summon it and increase levels 1 by 4. So it's pretty much the main way to level 6 to actually be able to make our synchros. Otherwise, you pretty much only can make level 6s. This was actually pretty good in Duel Links. The combo was having Assault Beast, you discard it to the side. You discard it, get Assault Mode, play Side Reflector, and then you get your whatever synchro summon you want. Assault Beast is like the main searcher, because this whole archetype revolves around Assault Mode Activate, so we need to run max copies, even though it's a very bricky trap card. And the rest of the stuff kind of has ways to just bring it back to the hand, like Kane Apprentice searches out Assault Mode if you use it as a synchro summon. Nightwing lets you play Assault Mode Activate to turn it set. Sentinel, you can tribute to special summon one monster from my hand attack that specifically lists Assault Mode Activate, but it can't ignore summoning conditions, so it can only do like the main deck monster lineup, unfortunately, that aren't Assault Mode cards. They're all pretty much just like slightly better versions of the Synchro monsters, and then when they're ever destroyed, they also get special summon the Synchro back, which is at least kind of nice, but for the most part, they're all pretty uneventful. We'll see what happens, we'll try our best. Here we are, episode 35. I hope you're ready for a quick one today, because this is probably the least confident I've ever felt in these 35 episodes for a deck.
Oh my. Well, I guess this will make all of my like pre-show blustering seem kind of like mean-spirited now, because it's like I was like hyping myself, like, oh, this deck's so bad, I'm just gonna like stomp you into the dirt. It sounds like, because like my deck is bad, but it's modern bad. So, like, I was like, if you got old school bad, I'm probably fine. But if you've got something a bit more modern, I might be in trouble.
Yeah, mine's definitely old school bad, but was Duel Links good? A staple of these Battle archetypes.
I can confidently say that my deck is not Duel Links good.
Oh,
unless they did add them to Duel Links somehow. Like,
I think I want to go first. I don't know if this is the right decision.
This archetype is also another benefit of the it appears in art buff, where it's like cards that aren't specifically named in the archetype, but they sure do show up in the art. Well, not. So, are you going first?
Yeah, unfortunately. This is a hand that does absolutely nothing. We'll double set on the off chance you can OTK me, which I'm not confident in, but maybe you can.
Alright. What the hell, deck? Why? Normal summon, S-Forced Orifice.
Yo, okay.
We'll go to battle and see what you got.
Well, reveal what I'm playing. You'll kill my Arcane Apprentice.
This is funny. I said I hope you get Assault Mode in my deck tech. I'm pretty sure I said the exact words. I hope you get Assault Mode.
This is so secretly scripted. Oh no. Yeah, you can see why I'm not confident in this deck now, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, this was one of the ones I was hoping you'd be on, because it's like, I'd have a chance if this is the case. But even then, I opened a pretty abysmal hand, so I'm just gonna...
Jesus.
S-Force is not a back row deck, people. It is not that. Oh, wait. I'm dumb. They have a link one. Oh, well, I already passed.
Right. For what it's worth, I don't think it'll make a big difference. Yep. This is assault mode, all of hate.
Oh, making the link one would have probably done nothing anyways, actually, so... Maybe it would have been for the best. Do I have anything at end phase? Sure don't. All that background, nothing to do with it. Alright, let me read what you do, actually. I guess we're doing this the slow way. We're gonna normal summon S4 Professor Degama, because he's terrible and I don't want to use him. But
Okay.
he is link material. My loser wheel gave me splash 1 out of archetype card. I
Okay.
picked Isolde.
Okay.
I will add a warrior from deck to hand, but I cannot normal special summon cards with that name this turn.
Sure.
Rapid Chiyomaru to hand. Oh, battle, hit you for 16, then pass. But yeah, that's all I got. The most fair Isolde ever seen in Yu-Gi-Oh! Used for a genuine tutor I don't even use on the same turn.
Didn't even send equip monsters.
Yep, I don't even run equip spells. I'm running her just for the first search, because God, I need to find Rapid Chiyomaru to make this deck function.
Alright, well, we will normal the Assault Mercenary, which affects pretty irrelevant because I don't have Assault mode activate.
Mm-hmm.
And we will try to beat over.
I don't think... Yeah, no, my back row does not do anything to stop that. Bye, Isolde. You did your job very slowly.
The very rare situation of Isolde going to graveyard not as link material.
I will use the quick effect of Rapid Chiyomaru to banish an S-Force card from my hand. Oh no. Right, no, she has to be summoned first. So, normal summon her. Right, that's what it was. I was misreading her for a second. I'll normal summon Rapid Chiyomaru, then use her quick effect to banish an S-Force card from my hand, return her to the hand, and special summon a different S-Force from the deck in defense.
In response, after you pay the cost.
So I will banish the Aura Fist in hand.
I will Ring of Destruction it.
Dang. I will activate S-Force Chase, targeting your Assault Mercenary to bounce it back to hand.
Sure. So...
Because I have... And then she dies, and we both take 8, right?
Yeah.
Owie.
Oh, it's AP Masquerade. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, guess he was in my extra deck because of that. She's part of the archetype. That's not even the most egregious one in my... There's a card in my main deck where it's like... I felt like a bit grimy running it, but it's like, no, it's an archetype card. Somehow it is. Genuinely, it is a S-Force card in everything but name. Like, mechanically, art, it's all them. I only know it because I edited a video with S-Force in it literally this week for MBT. So this deck is fresh on the brain with how terrible it was. That's why I was so scared when I rolled it. I was like, no, these guys are awful. We will... Oh, this is pretty good. We will activate the quick play spell S-Force Showdown. Special summoning an S-Force monster from my hand in defense position. I will special summon S-Force Laplacewell.
Okay.
If Laplacewell is special summon, I can target an S-Force monster from my graveyard and special summon it.
Sure.
I'm realizing now I'm out of cards in hand. which is kind of how my deck does things.
There's so many just random extra deck monsters in these back row cards.
Yeah, because they're
we do.
the S-Force is they're basically like interdimensional police trying to track down all of the cool guys we already like in the game, and they really suck at their job. Like they can never catch IP, they can never catch Redoer, like they never catch the Psyframes. Like literally nobody gets caught by them. They're terrible. Laplacewell will summon, I suppose. Like, I want Chiyomaru, but I can't do her ability. Actually, I'll put her there. Yeah, I don't have any more cards in hand. I can't do anything. That's kind of... Maybe I shouldn't have set 4. Maybe that's on me, but maybe I like to play my cards.
Get her out of here.
Let us... Okay, I've got a thing for that. I'm going to activate S4 Specimen. Since you control a monster, I can target one of my banished or in-graveyard S-Forces and summon it to a column you have a monster in.
Okay. No, it's like inverse Magnite.
Yeah, sorta. I will bring out the banished copy of Orifice. And I will special summon him here. And you can only, and since replay will happen, you can now only target, thanks to Chiyomaru's effect, you can only target Orifice for attack because you're in the same column as him.
I see. Yeah,
so you're allowed to trade if you want.
I gotta make board advantage somehow. It's gonna die next turn anyways. Maybe we'll get ahead of the curve.
The worst thing is, like, I think this is just more damage. Like, it's I could do the thing, but Justify sucks. Like,
well, for this worth, there's literally only 3 cards in my deck that can do anything against this board state right now.
Yeah, what we'll do is we will activate the effect of Rapid Chiyomaru to banish retroactive. Return Chiyomaru to hand.
Okay.
We will then special summon an S-Force from deck and defense. Can't be too good. We will special summon Gravitino in defense. When Gravitino is special summoned, I can add an S-Force card from deck to hand.
Okay.
We will add S-Force Bridgehead to hand.
Sure.
Activate Bridgehead, which will then add an S-Force monster from deck to hand. We will add Razor to hand.
Sure.
We will normal summon Razor. Razor on normal summon lets me special summon a S-Force and attack, so I will special summon out Rapid Chiyomaru again. It will move Laplacewell to attack. we will link off Gravitino to make Night Chaser. Battle.
16. Am I dead? Barely not dead.
Damn. I was like, I'm close, but I don't think I can get any higher. We will main 2 go. Wait, no. That's bad. Wait, is that really... There's no way. I'm like, oh wow, you just can't have both Link monsters out together, because Justify needs to point to your zones.
That's something. Huh.
Concerning.
Oh, I have to move this. I can't set that there. Okay, continue.
Alright.
I blatantly ignored the one gimmick this Archetype Blink monster had.
Well, isn't I'm restricted from not being able to summon? It says you cannot.
You cannot set monsters as the zones it points to, so I can't set the 3 in front of it.
Oh, right, right. I guess it does lock off the zones. Neat. I thought it was just like a. It would make sense. There's no way it locks off mine, anyways. It will never point to mine. So
I assume that's how it works. It's
yeah. So I will activate the effect of Well to banish the S-Force card in my hand to destroy all of your monsters in the same column as my S-Force monsters.
that was really stupid of me to put it there. I didn't read the last sentence on that code. Oops.
I was like a bit like because you said you were checking, and I was like, maybe you're playing. I was like, maybe you're trying to bait me into doing this.
No, I'm just
I was
stupid.
like, no, it's too juicy. It's too juicy. I can't. I was like, I was prepared to tunnel myself if need be.
I think I go second so I can play around zones. That seems correct.
I opened the thing. Right, it would make sense that I'm just checking my bridges, and it looks like they just all bridge into each other, it makes sense because it is an in-archetype card as I activate the one and only Small World.
Yeah.
That's justifying the art. My shitty boss monster. And I was just checking my bridges, and I think every S-Force could bridge into every other S-Force.
That makes sense.
We will reveal Replace Well. I'll go through the bridge here just to make sure I'm doing it right. Revealed Replace Well. I will then show. I was correct. This bridge works. So I will reveal the dog tag in my deck.
Okay.
To then add retroactive to hand.
Shit.
We will activate S-Force Bridgehead.
Okay.
Which will add another S-Force card from deck to hand. We will add. No, only monster, not card. We will add Edge Razor to hand. Normal summon Edge Razor. We will then special Rapid Chiamaru. We will use Rapid Chiamaru effect to banish this Gravitino in hand. To special summon in defense. I honestly think the answer is just a different copy of Gravitino. Because then Gravitino will add an S-Force card to hand, which will add me a S-Force Showdown to hand.
Sure.
Oh yeah, and Rapid Chiamaru, her effect bounced her back to hand. Almost forgot that part. She is not material on board I can use. Use, you will link summon, and since I'm summoning an S-Force monster, I can use this retroactive in hand as material.
Yep.
We will summon Justify.
Yep.
Activate Showdown, which will special summon a Replace Well, who will then special summon a S-Force from my graveyard, who I will choose. They're all once per turn, so who has the biggest butt? Wow, only 14 is the biggest butt? That's kind of unfortunate. Sure, I'll Gravitino again. There we go. I happened to open the only cards I knew a combo line for in this deck.
That Link monster is kind of a problem here. I hope to draw something to get rid of it.
We will. Alright. I will normal summon Rapid Chiamaru.
Yep.
I'll move both these to attack before I forget to do so. We will then use the effect of Chiamaru to banish the retroactive in hand. Bounce her. And special summon Latina in defense. when Platina is special summoned, she can special summon one from Banish, and I will special summon the Gravitino.
Yep.
Who adds an S-Force card. I'll add the Showdown to hand. Battle.
That will die. I'll take a lot.
Yeah. 24, 26, and 2.
It can
so
attack.
Close.
Yeah, okay. Ooh. I thought I could attack twice. It just went twice on my screen.
Oh, no. No, I was like so close, but so far, because I don't believe I can push for any more damage. We'll move to main 2. Set. And pass.
You also did not set it.
Oh, whoops. Well, you already knew what it was, too, so...
Normal summon Psi Reflector, activate effect, add a somewhat activate or card to list it.
I will negate its effect with Justify.
Yep. That is that. I opened this, but you had to negate, so... Because this gets me to any synchro I want, and I did have an assault mode to go into, but it doesn't really do much when it gets immediately negated.
Yeah.
Also, the
S-Force...
pun...
Oh, go on.
The pun from the last game, I had to set Cyberjar, so it would have cleared the board, but I just didn't read.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Realistically, I don't think it would have probably helped too much, but it may have done something.
I'm sad, because, like, insult to injury, I had 2 soul charge this week, too. It's like, this was, like, the best deck ever for it. Like,
Yeah.
Like, S-Force is like... I had a feeling it would go this way. They're like, you got a bad deck and I'd stomp, or you got a good deck and I'd be in trouble. Because zone control is cute, but it's not that great in, like, against an actual modern strategy.
Yeah, because, like...
there's no surprise Redoer keeps winning.
Yeah. Because, like, assault mode, literally, if you don't have Reflector and you can't use the effect, this deck does absolutely nothing. Because, like, the combo, like, Soul Reflector gets you the Assault Beast, you pitch it, you get the Assault mode, you special summon it, and you have your free advantage to boost the levels, and you have the Assault mode next turn. But the problem is, it's a one-card combo, but the issue is you will only have one way to get to it, and that's just by hard drawing it.
That is abysmal.
Because, like, just by nature of this deck, like, half this deck is just garbage. Thank you all for watching. As promised, it was a quick one. We'll see you next week where I'm on the loser wheel once again. Jules on the winner. Will we get another win streak, or will I come back and win next week? Who knows? It's a mystery, but you gotta watch
Only
to
time
find
will
out.
tell.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.